Ever wonder how Jared Leto balances being an Oscar-winning actor and a full-on rock frontman with a Guinness World Record in his back pocket? All right, let's get into it and spill the tea on this very extra career. Hey, it's Emma. I'm totally fascinated, high-key obsessed with the chaos and the craft of it all. So, picture this. Jared Leto, actor, musician, multimedia tinkerer. He's got an Academy Award for Dallas Buyers Club in 2013, and he's the voice and brain behind 30 Seconds to Mars, the rock band he started with his brother Shannon in the late 90s. We're talking global tours, festival stages, and a Guinness World Record for doing 300 shows on one album cycle. On screen, you know the highlights. My So-Called Life in the 1990s, Requiem for a Dream in 2000, the polarizing Joker in Suicide Squad, the luxe chaos of House of Gucci, the neon dream of Blade Runner 2049, Morbius, and the Apple series We Crashed. Reputation-wise, he's known for going full method, like capital M, capital A method acting, with big physical transformations and hardcore prep. Quick personal story. A few summers ago, I hit a 30 Seconds to Mars show, and honestly, it felt less like a concert and more like a traveling circus of feelings. Lights, flags, crowd surfing, strangers crying in catharsis, the whole thing. If you haven't seen them live, it's like someone mashed a stadium rock set with a documentary about fandom. It felt communal, like we were all co-starring in a music video. And tell me why this kid in the merch line thought I was part of the crew. He goes, "Can you get this setlist signed for me?" Honey, if I had that kind of access, I'd be on stage stealing drumsticks, not in line debating t-shirt sizes. Big yikes, but also kind of adorable. Not me, but me. It made me realize how woven together the band, the visuals, the fans, and the myth of Leto are. You feel like you're stepping into a movie he directed, which, by the way, he does. Under pseudonyms like Bartholomew Cubbins, he's directed a stack of their videos. The Kill pays tribute to The Shining, and From Yesterday was literally shot in the Forbidden City in China with hundreds of extras. That's not a music video, that's a historical epic with guitars. Okay, let's move on. Eli 5 version of his whole deal, 2 tabs open at all times. One tab is movies, the other is music, and he never closes either. He was born in Louisiana in the 1970s, raised by his mom Constance in a creative nomadic household, making art with his brother Shannon. He studied visual arts in Philly and New York, moved to Los Angeles in the early 1990s planning to direct, and oops, career plot twist, he lands Jordan Catalano in My So-Called Life in 1994 and becomes a teen icon. By the late 1990s, he's doing everything from Prefontaine, where he trained like a real runner to play Steve Prefontaine, to David Fincher's Fight Club in 1999, and then Requiem for a Dream in 2000, where he lost a ton of weight and lived like his character to get the performance. At the same time, he starts 30 Seconds to Mars with Shannon in 1998. Their first album drops in 2002, and by A Beautiful Lie in 2005, and This Is War in 2009, it's full send. Stadiums, festivals, and that Guinness record for 300 shows. That split life is the point. He treated the band as a serious, standalone project, even refusing to leverage his Hollywood name early on to give the music its own legs. Important people time. Shannon Leto, the drummer and co-founder, is the other pillar of this band. No Shannon, no Mars. His mom, Constance, and his grandparents raised the boys in an artsy, free-range environment that basically said, go make stuff, don't wait for permission. On the film side, you've got David Fincher, the auteur behind Fight Club and Panic Room, who cast Leto twice and kept him in that slick, unsettling lane. Darren Aronofsky, the director of Requiem for a Dream, who nudges actors into the abyss and says, bring back something true. Terrence Malick, the poetic war epic guy from The Thin Red Line. Oliver Stone, the Wall Street and JFK legend who directed Alexander. Jean-Marc Vallée, who guided Dallas Buyers Club with a light, intimate touch that let Leto's rayon breathe with dignity and humor. And Ridley Scott, the gladiator and alien mastermind, who cast Leto in House of Gucci for that big, unrecognizable character swing. Behind the scenes, there's business drama too. EMI, the record label that absorbed Virgin, sued the band for breach of contract around 2008 when the band tried to switch labels mid-album chaos. Leto pushes back using California's de Havilland Law, which, super simply, says you can't chain a person to a service contract forever. There are time limits. They settle in 2009, re-sign, and then he turns the whole fight into a documentary called Artifact in 2012. That's a flex and a lesson. Turn your mess into a message. All right, what's next? The big unanswered question everyone still argues about, the so-called gifts during Suicide Squad. Quick context if you missed that circus. Suicide Squad is the 2016 anti-hero blockbuster with Leto as the Joker, alongside Will Smith, Margot Robbie, and Viola Davis, an A-list trio from action, prestige, and theater worlds. In 2016, wild stories surfaced: a live rat to Margot Robbie, a dead pig delivered to a rehearsal room, bullets to cast, and yes, Leto cracking a gross joke at the premiere about sending used condoms and anal beads. Fast forward to 2021, he tells Entertainment Weekly he was joking about the condoms, and that the actual gifts were meant to be lighthearted, like cupcakes, maybe a mouse. Receipts are murky. There's no gold standard third-party list. You're left with two narratives living rent-free in people's heads. My take, just saying, method is fine until it becomes other people's unpaid emotional labor. Leto is known for extreme prep. He gained so much weight for Chapter 27 in 2007 that he developed gout and needed a wheelchair. For Dallas Buyers Club, he lost weight and stayed fully in character. The results can be brilliant. Rayon is beautiful, heartbreaking work, and he earned the Oscar. But if the process makes your co-stars uncomfortable or hijacks the set vibe, that's a no-go. Creativity does not require chaos. It requires respect. I empathize with the pressure of making a memorable Joker after Heath Ledger and Jack Nicholson set the bar in different eras. But boundaries matter more than hype. Now for something different. Leto's pop culture footprint sticks because he keeps making conversation-starting choices. The Joker, love it or hate it, still sparks debate. It reframed the 2010s discourse on method acting and stunt publicity. He rides that line a lot. In 2023, he literally became the first person to legally climb the Empire State Building to promote the band's Seasons tour. That's not promotional fluff, that's spectacle engineering. And he keeps pivoting. He did The Little Things in 2021 and got nominations. House of Gucci that same year, more nominations. He's set for Tron, Ares, which plants him in a legacy sci-fi franchise. And recently, he was announced as Skeletor, the iconic Masters of the Universe villain. Tell me that's not going to be meme fuel for a decade. Bottom line, he treats albums like films and roles like marathons, not sprints. The band sold millions of records and directs videos like mini-movies, The Kill channeling The Shining, From Yesterday making US video history shooting entirely in China's Forbidden City, A Beautiful Lie filmed near the Arctic Circle with a climate angle. Cross-medium is his standard, not a side quest. Okay, pause, because this next part is everything. Next time, we're digging into method acting in modern cinema. We'll ask, where's the line between genius and, being an office menace with better costumes? And unpack the tools, the myths, and the mess. So that's the tea, folks. We covered a lot, from Oscars to Arctic music videos to skyscraper stunts. Let's leave it there for now and catch up next time. Later!